us in the C-suite is Mr. Nitin Saluja, founder and CEO of Chaayos. Nitin, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here in the C-suite on News 9 Plus.
Thank you.
It's a momentous occasion for Chaayos. You are celebrating 200 outlets across the country. Tell us about this journey that once began as a very small operation that's now become nearly ubiquitous, especially in the big cities of the country.
I think journey has been anything but easy. It has had its own share of challenges throughout the course of last 10 years. However, despite all the challenges that we've had our way, what is really beautiful is just the process of being able to create something that the customers love, and that's the only thing that gives me happiness. Getting to a 200 store count is a big deal for any Indian brand because there are very few of those. However, something that brings smile on my face more than any other metric is just overhearing customers love Chaayos. I think that's the joy of creating something. That's what keeps me going.
When you're reopening in a so-called semi-post-pandemic situation, we're all in a semi-post-pandemic situation at the end of the day. What did you do at that stage? Because realizing the fact that, okay, whatever happened has happened. Nobody could have avoided it. And I'm guessing that was a stage when you're looking to scale up the business much faster than the previous years. But that's when the pandemic struck, and sort of, I'm assuming that it would have played havoc with your own expansion plans. How do you sort of recover from that and continue with your expansion route going forward?
It has happened with us for last 3 years. Every year we do our annual strategy meet in February, and we did that in February 2020. We made our plans. Everything was all set. COVID happened. The plan was washed out. February 2021, we did our entire planning. We were ready to roll, and second wave happened. Everything was shut. We did it again this year, and to say the least, what the entire financial meltdown that we have been seeing, I should not call it a meltdown, correction that we've been seeing, that is of unprecedented nature. So any and every plan needs to be executed with that much more caution. So I think Sanjeev Bikhchandani once said, I heard him at a talk say, there is no company that you admire that hasn't seen the worst of the downturns and hasn't survived. If they died, they are not here anymore, you don't admire them anymore. But because they survived, you admire them. And that's all that you need to worry about, just not dying. So that's our keep yourself alive mantra.
What is the expansion strategy, at Chaayos? How do you choose where to establish a Chaayos outlet? I'm asking this question because Starbucks has a very famous, rule of how they expanded and they made sure as many people use their products was because they were outside every subway station. They were so strategic that their first morning cup of coffee before somebody goes to work was going to be a Starbucks. I want to understand, similar to that, does Chaayos have a similar strategy when it comes to opening its own
outlets? I think all beverage, habit-led beverage businesses have to take the same approach. They've got to be as close to the customer as possible. I should be, as a brand, anywhere and everywhere my customer is. It could be a subway station, it could be an airport, it could be an educational institution, and we are present across all of them, from business parks to high streets to malls to theaters to hospitals to metro stations to highways, everywhere, wherever our customer is. I think that's very critical for habit-led beverages, and I don't think it is anybody's model. It is the model that a habit-led beverage demands.
I'm asking this also because chai is chai is the biggest beverage in India.
Oh, absolutely.
It beats coffee hands down. It's the most affordable beverage in the country that the poorest person can afford a cup of chai. And here you are, you're a premium brand creating an experience. The chai that's inside Chaayos costs way more than the cutting chai that you get outside. How do you sort of traverse this dichotomy that you are selling something which is the lowest common denominator for a beverage in this country, and yet you're doing it in a Starbucks-like setting, if I may?
So it's actually not a Starbucks-like setting. It's a very, very unique modern Indian setting that we have built for ourselves. You eat a dal tadka at home very often, but you still go and pay a multiple fold price for that. It's because you are not just there for the dal tadka. You are there for that entire feel of the place. I think that's how our category also is. It's no different, and more and more people want to have Chaayos wherever they are. So that's our job. Just be next to them.
And that brings me to this question: how much of the share between in restaurant consumers or in outlet consumers and the takeaways and the delivery business, I'm sure that ratio has changed drastically during the course of the pandemic.
For a good while, and it is now nearly back to the previous one. Pre-pandemic, our revenue was about 25% coming from delivery, 75% from dine-in. At the moment, it has gone to about 60 to 65% dine-in business and about 35 to 40% delivery business. So it has marginally moved in the favor of delivery. But it has not been at the cost of dine-in. Dine-in has continued to grow and delivery has continued to grow, and this is the net outcome.
You are existing in a market where every single international chain worth their salt is waiting to get a piece of the pie here in India with its young population, the young urban population that's willing to go out and spend money with disposable incomes in their hands. And that is a great opportunity, but it comes with the risk that everybody from Costa Coffee to Starbucks to everybody you can think of, Earl Grey teas are the rage these days. Everybody is going to converge upon this market. Now, how does Chaayos see itself in this context?
So we don't think of ourselves as belonging to the coffee market. We think of ourselves as belonging to the chai market. And even within chai, our business model is very, very simple. We are a chai plus snacks business, and that's unlike any other cafe. If you look at if you dissect the coffee world, it is some 7-8 players nationally, and not a very large market. When you look at chai business, there are just a handful of large players here, and relatively revenue per brand is much higher in chai as compared to revenue per brand when it comes to coffee. So I think it's the most fundamental thing that's playing out. India as a chai drinking category, chai as a business done in modern Indian format is what the customer is looking for, and we are here to front run that game.
Right. So that's the opportunity.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that you see that Chaayos, will be going through from here on? What, according to you, what are you prepping yourself for? It's very clear. India is a chai market, is huge space to grow, etc., etc. But there've got to be some challenges in your mind too that you are a little concerned about at this stage going forward.
So several of them. Skilled manpower is certainly not easy. We run our own academy called Chaayos Academy, where we are upskilling people who come with like zero experience, and we are making them employment ready. It is an outcome of the fact that not enough good ready talent is available out there. That's certainly one of our challenges. One of the I won't call it a challenge, but a precondition for a sustainable growth is India's GDP per capita growing. That's a bet that I'm willing to take. That's the journey India will traverse. India is already traversing that. India will continue to traverse that. I see no reason why that should ever be doubted by anybody. Having said that, that's a precondition for any business in any geography to grow.
It's a pleasure talking to you. Likewise. Here in the
C-suite.
Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, Krishna.